I'm still here, guys. I'm still around. Was just a little under the weather, but let's do a quick update. Where are we at? What's going on? Drip, Animal Farm, and yes, I'm still in them. Let's go. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. So I know it's been a little while since I've done a video. I was a little under the weather, got a little sick, feeling much better. But I want to talk about a couple of things, and I know we've talked about a couple things on Pulse Chain, Pulse Rate, Pulse 3D, a couple other ones. But I will let you know, when I talk about certain projects on this channel, it's not because they're fly by the seat of my pants. I mean, every once in a while you'll get those little Deegan plays, or, those plays where you're throwing money at it and you're hoping for the best. And let's just be honest with you, Jared. It is kind of fun to do that every once in a while. But I still am in the slow and steady platforms. One of them being obviously Animal Farm. Excuse me. The other one being Drip. Now, big announcement that came across on Telegram recently through the Drip chat and the Animal Farm chat. There is actually DDD is now under full testing with public testers. Now, they did a group chat. It was last week. I want to say it was like Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. Where they invited some people in. They started testing DDD, fine-tuning it, tweaking some of the verbiage, some of the grammatical stuff. But all in all, DDD is on its way. We're just waiting for that official announcement to get launched that it's going to start. Now, why am I so excited about DDD? Well, to be honest with you, it's the first big thing to come onto the Drip platform, short of the fiat on-ramp, that could potentially bolster up this Drip price. So the Drip price, as you know, has been slowly going down. Now, my concern, and I've brought it up before, so keep that in mind, is with DDD, there's going to be drawings every 4 times a day. So I believe it's every 6 hours, with the potential of each of those draws, if there's enough play, to award a max wallet per winner. So there's a potential of getting a max wallet every 4 times a day. And what does that do? Yes, it's good for the winner, and it produces 1% of a max wallet for them, but it also is going to create more max wallets, which could technically produce more Drip out onto the market if that person who wins and has the max wallet keeps cashing out. That could have a negative price impact on Drip. So the hope is here, because of DDD and the tokenomics, one is that it burns more than it's producing, or that it's putting out, and two, that a majority of people, because of that bonus to sacrifice to get tickets, is a huge amount. Because DDD is going to, it's no doubt going to cause a spike in that Drip price. But the question is it going to cause a spike in that Drip price that's sustainable as the winners every 4 or every 6 hours, each day, every day, comes to fruition. Only time will tell. I'm imagining, Forex and his team, as well as Bartertown, who was, this is part of his brainchild. I'm sure they've thought of that. There's some tokenomics in the back end that, maybe we don't know about yet. And by no means is this fun. I think DDD is going to be huge for Drip. There's a huge community just waiting for something to come along. But that's really my only concern. Other than that, I'm excited. I am waiting for this to launch. I actually personally will probably be throwing some Drip into it as well. It'd be nice to try and win a max wallet or anything like that nature. So, and then going back, the other thing that was huge news, and again, Animal Farm is a little bit of a snooze fest lately. Well, depends on where you come from. Even the chat itself is really quiet. I mean, this thing is usually bumping. I mean, look at this. It's almost an hour between most recent messages and things. But that's going to be, there's a lot of attention on Drip and Drip Network in the building that's happening in the back end. But keep in mind, Animal Farm is still rocking and rolling. And the big thing I'm waiting for, even more than DDD, honestly, one of the biggest things I've been waiting for from this, whatever you want to call it, Forex ecosystem, is these farms converting over to the version 3, to the V3 on PancakeSwap. And why am I so excited for it? And again, you can go to Bartertown's YouTube channel and he actually streamed Forex's most recent weekly meeting, I guess we'll call it. They call it an AMA, but really nobody asks him anything. He just kind of, it's more of like a weekly update. But what did he talk about? He talked about the fact that when the version 3, regardless of what DDD does, he's going to start the transition to V3. And with that will come auto compounding of your assets. So if I'm understanding him properly, there's two things that happen. One is you're going to do a conversion. There'll be a step-by-step process, which will in essence unstake your particular LPs, move them to the version 3 version of this farm, and it will still accumulate the dogs on the back end and produce dogs for the platform. But it's also going to be doing the rehypothecation for cake to feed the pig pen. And, there's going to be, I believe he said 3 tiers of risk, which in essence allows you, because the version 3, the way it works, you can actually set a parameter of when you actually want your LP quote unquote working. So for instance, if you put your parameters that you only want your LP to be utilized when BNB is between $100 and $200, and you only want it to use your BUSD when it's between 98 and $1.02, then within those parameters is when you collect those fees, which potentially, from what he's saying in all of his test runs, allows for a much, much higher APY. And then the unique feature, which is not done yet, is not only does it do that, but then it auto compounds your LP as well. So as you're earning those fees, it's actually auto compounding back into your principal, which he said could potentially raise it up into the hundreds, even thousands of APY. So if that is indeed the case, and he seems pretty set on it, he says it's pretty much a worked out thing. That is huge potential, which I think is it's going to be underestimated at the moment. And anybody who knows anything and knows, I mean, let's be honest at this point. Let's stop talking about the chat like, he's not delivering, things are delayed, blah, blah, blah. This thing's been rock and rolling. Drip has been going on for almost 2 years. Animal Farm's been rocking and rolling. There's been nonstop production from their team. They've made yes, certain things are delayed, but there's also things that stop and make those delays happen. But the team hasn't gone anywhere. It's a solid team. It's a solid play. People, if this does indeed go to V3 and auto compounds at 100 APY, or even imagine 1,000 APY compounding, your LPs will just exponentially grow. And the one thing that I really did like that he said while he was on that most recent update was that his goal is to, in essence, run the LP pools. Like, if this works out appropriately, he is going to have a huge we are going to have a huge percentage of the Pancake Swap pools, giving us an advantage because we would, in essence, will be one of the biggest market makers on that platform, which is huge for fees and things like that. So that's what I am absolutely looking forward to. I can 100% go for some USD, BUSD auto compounding, as well as my BNB BUSD auto compounding. In regards to dogs BNB, I believe that's not going to get converted to version 3. It's just going to keep compounding pigs. But that is the huge news, in my opinion. That is what I'm looking forward to the most coming up here. And I believe it's going to start, the rollover is going to start happening here in I think he said next week, meaning this week actually, because this was last week that he said. So I'm keeping an eye on the Telegram, waiting for those updates. If you're on this farm with me, just keep an eye on the Telegram so you can get those updates, so you can migrate as soon as it comes available. That is all I have to say about these farms. Drip, keep compounding. I still have my wallet that I'm going to be giving away Drip. So if you're watching this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to drop me a comment with your Drip address below, I will be doing a Drip airdrop from my other account. That is indeed still going, although it has not come to fruition yet. Additionally, I have actually created a Telegram now. I will put the Telegram link in the description of this video as well. Feel free to click on that and join me in Telegram. And that way we can keep talking a little bit more one-on-one, and we can talk about different projects and things that I'm doing in order to generate some passive yield. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a great night.